You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
This program is intended for mature audiences only. If you have any homicidal or suicidal feelings, please consult a doctor before listening to this program.
There you go, gang. You've got it locked to your Tuesday night on CRASHTalk here, HTLA Radio 1, New York City. Yeah. 24 degrees right now, Central Park, and nice and clear. At least no more snow for, well, another day or so. And, yeah. We're at the worst possible show we've ever done here tonight. Incest, baby. Yeah, you heard me. We're doing the big incest show, and yeah, it's going to be fun, huh? Yeah, nothing like grabbing your son or daughter and going for a little bang bang. You betcha. Well, I wish it were that simple, but it's not. Tonight's episode of CRASHTalk is, of course, produced live here for you, HTLA Studio 2, which is an exclusive PreSonus radio broadcast studio. Yes, thanks to the fine folks at PreSonus for the 2442 masterful mixer, the slice of God that is PreSonus. Check them out, presonus.com. Also, I gotta say, thank you. This show is, of course, brought to you, as always, by the fine folks at Tim Hortons, New York City, of which I'm enjoying a fine, large coffee right now, courtesy of the Tim Hortons folks there. Now, with 8 locations in the city to serve your coffee and baked goods needs. Always fresh, Tim Hortons. Check them out. And if you're a Dunkin' Donuts follower or user or abuser, yeah, you're getting the short end of the deal, man. I've rolled into drive-thrus at Dunkin' and picked up, like, coffee that was made 7 hours ago. You won't find that at Timmy's. Every 20 minutes, if that coffee isn't sold, it's dumped out. Guaranteed. True story. Not even kidding. So, yeah, and also tonight's show is, of course,
powered by Procast.
Thank you, Jenny. Yes, Procast Global and its fine family of companies are powering us here tonight. I guess electricity doesn't work there. Chris Crash Jesus Taylor here with you tonight on CRASHTalk. Incest is best. We got Jenny McCartney in the booth and pushing all those buttons and making us go as always. And, yeah, she's quite the social media diva. My God, she's 2,000 plus friends now. She's been on there, like, just about 48 hours. 2,000 friends. I got, like, 600, and I'm the host of the show. What the hell's going on? I don't know. I said to her she was probably putting up nude photos or something, but, no, I checked, and sure enough, there's nothing. So, I don't know. Anyhow, you are listening to HTLA Radio 1 in New York City, and it's 24 in Central Park right now, nice and clear. No, well, okay, Thursday we're getting more snow, but what the hell? What can you do when you live in a shoe? Yeah, so tonight, gang, tonight's show, wow. Jesus, where do you go from here? It's got to be up. Tonight I'm delving into the wrong, oh so wrong, just wrong world of incest and the worst case ever, which was discovered in 2010, spanning over 40 years. But that's not the worst of it. No. In addition to that fine story, we've got an Australian judge, the Honourable Judge Perry Honstone, who now thinks there may be precedents for incest to be legalized. Yeah, it's going to be a gooder, so hold on to your butts. It's time for Crash Talk.
HTLA Radio 1. HTLA Radio 1 in New York City proudly presents Crash Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, HTLA 97.3 FM in New York proudly presents rock superstar Crash Jesus.
Too right, ladies and gentlemen, too right. Yes, you are with the rock and roll god, Crash Jesus. Yeah, sorry, just had to do that. It was fun. There's not too much fun on this show tonight, I'll tell you, so give me all the damn fun I can handle, will ya? Yeah, I would hope so. So, as promised, not promised, it's not like it's a good thing or something, as previously stated in the segue of the show here, tonight we're talking incest. And we're not just talking, your average, everyday, usual cardboard cutout incest. We're talking about the good stuff. Yes, the good stuff. Like it's some sort of candy or something. Well, I guess in a sense it is candy or something. I don't know what the hell it is. Actually, it's just bloody outrageous is what it is. But, that's kind of what I like to do around Crash Talk here is get outrageous, don't I? I think I do. So, yeah, the big story. Actually, the big story really isn't so much breaking now. This actually happened, and the big court case and everything happened back in 2013. Actually, about, February? Yeah, 2013. That's not really, who cares? That's not the big deal. That's not why we're here tonight. No. No, hell no. If it was just incest, I'd be like, yes, so what? Yeah, next window. Big deal. Move on. Who cares? Incest. Pfft. No, this is much worse than that. It is. And it's not good. It's just not good any way you slice it. Yeah. Well, sorry too. Actually, I've noticed my voice has got a little thing going on. I might be getting a cold. It could have something to do with the 20 feet of snow outside and the minus 18. Yeah, but I'll digress. So, a lot of you actually won't even know about this story, as it was, in, Australia. Of course, after all, we don't get too much of the Australian news over here. But some news agencies over here did carry the story last year, so it may be familiar to a number of you. To who it is likely not familiar to, however, is the majority of you who didn't even hear the original story. And, to that, I am going to spend this first segment here and, of course, catch you up on the facts of that case. Indeed, the worst case on record. I'd just like that to be clear. This is definitely the first case, or worst case, not first. Jesus. No, it's not the first case. Not the last case either. Well, actually, it could be coming close to the last case because, of course, tonight we're talking all about the latest to kind of come from this whole thing. And you're probably asking yourself, well, what? Number one, what could be the latest? And number two, what could be worse than indeed the worst case of incest in recorded time in history? Well, how about the judge Mm-hmm. The judge who actually said... now, there's been no vote on this or anything yet. Don't get too excited, but the judge who actually said that he thinks that there is legal precedence now for the legalization of incest. Yeah. Judge Perry Honstone in Australia thinks there is exactly that, precedence for incest to be legalized. Well, let's delve into the case a little bit, shall we? In our first segment here on Crash Talk, Incest is Best tonight. Now, the story actually really broke out 12th of December 2013. The Australia incest case shocks the country. Authorities are under scrutiny for not acting sooner over generations of sexual abuse and neglect in a New South Wales family. In two rundown caravans and a couple of old tents on a farm in some of Australia's best wool-growing country, a dark secret of intergenerational incest and child abuse that has dominated the lives of 40 members of one family for decades has come to light. In a community of around 2,000 people, 3.5 hours drive southwest of Sydney, genetic testing has shown 11 children in one family have parents who are related to each other, some very closely. Questions are now being asked about why it took authorities so long to act on warnings that children were at risk. Each child involved had suffered years of sexual abuse perpetrated by brothers, sisters, cousins, fathers, an uncle, and a grandfather over 4 generations. The extended family first came to the attention of authorities in June 2010, and over the next 2 years, 7, quote, risk of significant harm reports were issued, mostly relating to neglect, failure to seek necessary medical attention, and failure to ensure the children attended school at all. Now, the makeshift camp where the family lived had no running water or toilets on the land. The children did not know how to use toilet paper, and some could not brush their teeth and ate with their hands. Dirt covered one of the caravan's cooking facilities, and rotten vegetables lay in a fridge. Even a kangaroo slept in one of the children's beds. Well, initially, the family complied with a request in June of 2012 from Social Services, of course, to improve their living conditions. But a month later, 12 children, all cousins ranging in age from 5 to 15 years, were subsequently removed by police after the authorities concluded that they would be at risk of harm if they remained on the property. The children were filthy, malnourished, and barely able to speak. Some had moderate intellectual disabilities and could not be understood by social workers. Others had chronic hearing, sight, and dental issues. One child, a 9-year-old girl, was described as having dysmorphic features. None had attended school regularly, if at all. It soon emerged that these children have been living a nightmare that went far beyond neglect. Assessed by psychologists and social workers, the children exhibited sexualized behavior and reported that they had engaged in, quote, inappropriate sexual conduct with each other. The intergenerational abuse is thought to date back 40 years. The grandparents of the children removed, Timothy and June Colt, pseudonyms given to them by the court, married in New Zealand in 1966. They had given children Rhonda, Betty, Cherry, Frank, Charlie, Paula, and Martha, all pseudonyms. The family moved to Australia, living in various locations across the 4 states. Only Rhonda's 5-year-old daughter... Oh, wait a minute, no. Excuse me. 3 of Timothy and June's daughters, Betty, Rhonda, and Martha, ranging in ages now from 33 to 47, who live together in squalor on the rural property, are mothers to 11 of the 12 children removed. The 4th mother is Betty, 30-year-old daughter Raylene. Betty's 30-year-old daughter, Raylene, sorry.